Welcome to the Ferris State Softball Spotlight. I'm Scott Vander Sloot, joined this week by Logan Fleming. Logan, the final week of the regular season ending this weekend. What are your thoughts about this season individually compared to the expectations you had for yourself coming into the year?
Last year I wasn't a starter, and this year I worked my way up to being a starter. So it's been kind of nice to be able to perform well for my team and help them out with the wins.
What do you think you did between last year and this year to earn this role you've had as a starter this year?
This year I bounced around between a couple different positions, and I finally found that second was the best fit for me. So that's where I've been.
Playing second base, you've had a series of great plays, being able to make web gems as they call them. Do you take a lot of pride in fielding? Is that something you focus a lot of your time on in practice?
We do work a lot on defense, so it's nice when I'm able to make great plays, and I kind of just think of it as me doing my job.
How did you find that position to be the most comfortable for you?
Just working in practice, and then I played a couple games in different positions, and second was where I felt most comfortable at.
Also batting, you have 14 RBIs this season. 8 of those have come in the month of April, batting over 300 this season. How have you changed in your comfort at the plate as the season's gone on?
Coach gave me a little insight that I have an advantage because I'm shorter, so I need to work the lower pitch. So in practice and stuff, we've been really working on plate discipline and only swinging at my strength, which is low.
Do you notice pitchers struggling a lot to hit the strike zone when you're at bat?
I've started to notice it more now that Coach pointed out that I need to keep working down in the zone. And I haven't strung a lot of walks, but I've had a lot of long at-bats with battling.
When you've gotten on base, you've also been able to steal a few bases. You have 5 stolen bases on the season, second on the team. Do you really focus a lot on that base running aspect of your game?
Base running is actually one of the things I like most about softball because I kind of have free range and I am a little bit quicker, so I find it fun to be able to take bases when I can.
What do you think about what goes into that base stealing for you?
It's a lot of mental game. You got to know your catcher, you got to know your own strength, you got to have good timing coming off of the bag, and you just got to really work with those things.
Do you have communication with your first base coach and then over on third base before you go for a stolen base, or does it usually just come when you feel it's a good opportunity?
When I see a base to be stolen, sometimes I'll take it on my own, but a lot of times when I get on, my coach does give me the steal sign anyways. So we obviously have signs, so I'm always looking over to see what he's going to say, and most of the time I do get the steal sign.
This past weekend, the team won 4 out of 4 games. Coming into the weekend, you were 1 spot out of playoff contention. Leaving the weekend, you're sitting in 7th. How did it feel to get those 4 wins and being able to sit in playoff contention now?
We really knew that these games were important and it was going to seal our way into getting into the tournament, and now we're coming up and playing Grand Valley, and it's going to be tough, but we really need to work hard and get those wins too to really seal the deal into being into the tournament.
As a team that's competed so well against teams like Saginaw Valley, you've played Grand Valley tomorrow, Wayne State, teams like that, how much confidence do you have going into the tournament that once you're there you can really make a good impact?
We usually do play better against better teams because we know what's at stake and we know that we have to play our game the entire time. And it's really important to have that mindset knowing what's at stake if we don't play our best.
How was the team's morale heading out of 4 wins out of 4 games last weekend?
We're on a high right now because we obviously won all 4 games for the weekend. We got the sweep. But it's still really important to know that we do have to take these wins because if we don't, our chances in getting into the tournament become slimmer.
As we move forward, tomorrow you play Grand Valley, and that's on the road. What is there anything special about that rivalry you have with Grand Valley?
They always seem to be our biggest rival, and I think that's what makes it one of the funnest games of the year because we know that, and everyone just gets super hyped and ready to play, and everyone's so focused, and the atmosphere is just great to be around.
Heading into the GLIAC playoffs, if you manage to get there, sitting in 7th right now, 8 teams get in. What adjustments do you have to make personally, and what adjustments do you have to make as a team to continue to succeed like you have been lately?
It's going to come with practice and making sure when we are getting our reps that we're not just going through the motions, we're still taking every drill and everything serious, and continue working on our strengths and also working on the weaknesses too so we can get better at that and improve all around.
Thank you, Logan. Make sure to tune in Over the weekend on Friday, the Bulldogs play on the road against Grand Valley State at 3:30 and at 5:30. You can follow along on Twitter at Ferris_SBall and always online at ferrisstatebulldogs.com.